gentlemen, welcome to the Kingston CISA Open in partnership with Milwaukee here in beautiful Confederation Park. Over the next 3 days, we're going to bring you all kinds of incredible fishing action. We have some of the elite pros from the US, elite pros from Canada. It is going to be an event you don't want to miss. We've been working on this for months. We're finally here. Welcome to the CISA Kingston Open, downtown Confederation Park in partnership with Milwaukee. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the CISA Kingston Open 2025. We're here in beautiful downtown Kingston at Confederation Park next to Confederation Basin.
Yeah, right? That's the word.
That's the basin, and this is the park. Day 3, top 20 anglers are currently out on the water. When I tell you, fishing has been hot, the fishing action has been hot. So I'm joined here right now, today, in person, with my good buddy,
Mark,
Hunter.
the Dinger King Hunter.
Oh, the Dinger King. Booger Hunter, I call him today.
Booger Hunter. That was kind of embarrassing.
Booger Hunter. Big Jim McLaughlin and Scotty will be joining us here shortly. Today's going to be a little bit more of a different format. You're going to see a lot of new faces. I'm going to bow out sometimes. Mark's going to bow out sometimes. We're going to bring on some of the anglers that fished day 1 and day 2, and we're going to bring on some of the talent, I'm going to call it, talent from around the park. We're going to see faces like Jeff Atchison.
Yep.
Jeff is going to come on and fill us in. We're going to get a chance to chat with Joe Ford. We're going to get a chance to chat with Cody Kovanchek, the champion in the house.
The MMA fighter?
Yeah, the best fisherman in MMA.
Right?
Yeah, the best fisherman in MMA. He's going to be in the building as well.
Really good guy, too. We got to talk to him a little bit this morning. Yeah, fantastic. Super guy.
Fantastic.
Super guy.
So we're going to be on here from 9 to 11, but we're not going to take a break. The stream is going to continue. We're going to go 9 to 11 with a whole bunch of interviews and chatting and people and fun. And then we're going to bring you nothing but fishing action from, a straight hour. It'll be interviews and fishing and all kinds of different stuff. Then we're going to come back and do a 12 to 2 right before the first ever championship ceremony. Isn't that?
I'm excited. I am so excited.
Oh, dude. I cannot wait. I can't wait. What
a fantastic weekend this has been, start to finish. Everything has gone flawlessly. Thank goodness. Who do we got here?
18. There's Charles Sims and Mr. Campbell. Oh, there we go.
We got
a fish on. That's Carey. Cooper's being the net man.
Are you okay?
Yes,
this is huge, guys. This is probably the first in fishing history. Carey has a fish and Cooper has a net.
Oh, it looks like.
Oh, look at that. That makes me happy to see Carey get one.
Listen.
There you go, Carey.
Good one.
Yeah, that looks like a great one.
Love it. Drops the net, Dad.
Yeah, Dad, you want to take care of that?
I'll take care of that, Pops. Yep. I mean, you want to talk about a team. In life, those two are a weapon. I mean, Carey follows Cooper around the.
That's a great fish.
Absolutely. Good job, bud. Follows Cooper around the Elite Series. He's his cameraman, his father, his best friend, his roommate, his everything. And I can't even describe what that feeling would be like. I mean, to travel with my dad and be, have my dad there all the time through all my accomplishments and all the highs and all the lows and, all the hangovers.
But Kerry just loves it. He's in his element.
He does.
Yeah, it was meant to happen.
He totally does. He's an incredible person, amazing father. I mean, the whole family, from Tanner to Colin to Kelly, they truly, truly are one-of-a-kind people, one-of-a-kind family. And Coop's a one-of-a-kind kid, man.
He is.
Really is. I've had the pleasure to, spend some serious time with him and have some deep conversations. You guys would be surprised at some of the things that he's passionate about.
Back in the day when they first joined bass clubs, they were too young to drive, obviously. They were 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
So I had the pleasure of taking both him and Danny to the club meetings and to the lake, make sure that they got there safe and home safe. As mentioned a couple of days ago, I guess, took him to his first classic, which was unbelievable. You just knew. I think a lot of us knew when we first met Cooper that he was something special as far as angling is
Him
going.
and Danny.
Who are both in our top 10, by the way.
Absolutely.
Right?
And we are going to get a chance to see Danny. I know there's a boat heading out to capture his action.
Look at this.
Right now, this is Warren and Travis. And, okay, gentlemen, correct me if I'm wrong. Big Jim and Scotty's are back with us right now. Did we not see them on that same boulder?
Yes.
I believe that looks familiar.
I was just.
That's my boulder. I recognize it anywhere.
Yes, that's Mark's booger boulder.
All right.
Yeah, that's Mark's booger boulder right there.
The booger.
Same booger boulder he had yesterday. Or the day before.
Mark's butter tart.
Maybe it's a different boulder in a different spot of the lake, but it's a very similar image to what we saw on day one, and there's still fish on it. So either they caught that fish or more fish loaded up on it. This here is Charles Sims. He's
jerk
Sims,
baiting by the looks of it.
Charles Sims fished the Bassmaster Classic, correct?
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
That was the one that Cooper and I went down to see.
That was the first one ever.
Yep.
Yeah, he got in there, I believe, through OBN.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that just proves that the average guy that's, here in the crowd or watching or whatever,
Yeah, your local
it can happen.
It can happen.
It can happen.
Your local bass club,
Yeah.
the OBM clubs are phenomenal for that kind of stuff. I mean, getting young folks into angling is probably one of the most important things for this sport. And we're seeing the youngins grow and surpass and learn and conquer. I mean,
Isn't it cool, though?
it's wild.
I remember having, when Danny and Coop fished, I forget what it was. It was probably OBN or something on the big Rito. They stayed at the motel across from me when I lived in Rito Ferry there, and I had them over for dinner a couple of times, and we went out looking for deer in the evening and things. Those kids, they weren't old enough to drive or anything like that, and they were.
These are the Joeys here. That's the first time we're seeing the Joeys today. So
Are they loading them up?
looks like they've got themselves a pretty good well.
There we go.
Early, too.
We're just about 2 hours in.
already.
They're yeah.
So that side of the tank is
The small side.
the small side. So
Yeah.
Joey DiCenzo and Joey Teofoli or Giuseppe. He called me, he messaged me, he says, can you do me a favor? Can you change my name from Joey or from Giuseppe to Joey? Joey put me in as Giuseppe. I was like, absolutely. I will change that. I still haven't changed it.
No.
It's now Giuseppe. Giuseppe, if you're hearing this, you're doing a hell of a job, bud. But those two anglers, I mean, if you watch them at the trade shows, you watch them at the tournaments, you follow them, they're on fire.
They're excellent
they are.
speakers. I noticed
Fantastic.
about
They
the
are.
shows.
Yeah.
The knowledge, whatever else, they know how to get it out there. And they're just fun guys. Like I'm constantly looking at my phone to see what Joey's up to in the morning because they're young. I love to watch them go. The spirit that they have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Jim, going back to you saying it's cool. Like for you to say, sorry, Moose, for you saying that it's cool, it's a different perspective from the three of us. Like you've been down this road, you've paved this road, and for you to acknowledge and truly appreciate the work that's being done from these young anglers that are coming up, like your perspective is a lot different than ours. Can you, when you say it's cool, what makes it so cool?
Well, just to see them rise to the top, the knowledge that they gain so fast. I think we touched on this a little bit yesterday, but there's so much out there now you can learn. And from what you see, the vast majority of guys are really good about sharing it. There's always the guy that gets to the boat launch and, he's got a good bag and he has to hide all his rods with the exact same 5 lures that every other boat coming by him has on.
It's so true. So true, Jim. So true.
They just buy these 5 rods to pull out and put on the deck. These are just presentation rods.
I remember years ago at the Big Rito, I think it was GM Pro Bass.
Bass, yeah.
And like Bob and Wayne Azumi always had a hard time there.
Yeah.
They just didn't meld with that lake. I don't think they ever won a tournament there or even did well, if I'm not mistaken. And I told Rocky one day, I said, I'm going to have some fun today in the morning. So I brought 3. We had weighed like 24.5 or 25 pounds the first day. And I brought 3 or 4 rods with great big Lindy muskie tandems on them, like great big giant muskie ones, right? And I had them all across the deck spread out. I says to Rocky, go past Wayne and Bob, and we go by, and you see Wayne like this. They're looking to see what we had. It was so funny.
So talking about the younger anglers here, Jim, when you first started, compared to now, was it just a bunch of middle-aged men like fishing tournaments? Was there younger guys in the series then, or is it something that's fairly new? You were the young guy?
I was the youngest one in most of them.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, was there a young crowd?
Yeah, but a very small number though. Not like today. Like you look at it today out here, 3/4 of these guys are not over 30.
Right.
I bet, or 35 maybe. Like there's so many younger ones.
Yep.
And it's not that they're just there and they haven't, they haven't aged yet. They're winning. They don't. And it's because of knowledge. It's because of electronics, boats, rigs, line. Everything is just better today.
Not just boys or men or, there's a lot of females in the sport.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Like, a lot. And there always has been. It's just you're seeing a lot more girls on the tournament series now. You're seeing them, with their husbands, their boyfriends, their girlfriends. And they're just as capable and just as good.
Yep.
They're phenomenal to see some of the female anglers and what they've accomplished.
Yep. Have you watched this lady? She started in the kayaks, Christine Fisher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She's a stick.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I met her down at the Classic in where were we? Greensville? Was it Greensville?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't she doing the EQs?
She is doing the EQ.
Yeah.
That's right. That's correct. All these boys.
This is my favorite. Oh, yes. They got fish on the deck.
Look at the
You can't
water.
have favorites, Scotty.
I'm sorry.
Look at the water today compared to yesterday.
Oh, that's too funny. So here we are. We are down in the park right now. Again, if you're watching this for the first time, this is the CISA Kingston Open brought to you by Milwaukee, Yeti, BKK, Livingston, John Deere, Canada Bass, and Tourism
Wild.
Kingston. Eating Wild. I can't forget Eating Wild. That was my fault. I apologize, boys.
Somebody say
Wild.
eating?
They provided all our anglers over the past 3 days with their lunches. So my hat's off to you guys. Thank you very much for that. They also gave away a prime box from the butcher shop yesterday, a $250 meat box. And then we've got another one up for a grab. So make sure that you like, share, follow, and subscribe because we're going to pull names and we're going to give stuff away all day long. If you're in the Kingston area, come on down. Boom, there's Joey and Joey.
There you go.
Hey, Sean. Interesting to see if they're going to swap that out for another fish.
This is going to be an incredible finish, man.
Absolutely.
Look at that lake.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. All these guys are, the water, the wind, primo conditions. All these guys are going to go swinging. For the fence.
Amen.
Yeah.
Just quickly, guys, if you are, again, like I was saying, watching, come on down. The weigh-in is going to start at 3 o'clock. And today, we are going to finally, threw it back.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Crown
a good sign.
champion.
That's a good sign.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, $50,000 in cash,
Right?
not prizes.
Talk about that from yesteryear, Jim, because, the OV circuit used to have $80,000 payouts and $60,000 payouts. To get back up to a $50,000 cash payout, that's quite an accomplishment.
I want to know why it diminished or how it diminished or why it diminished.
What happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
Where did it go?
I know it just seemed to, like the mist disappears.
Yeah.
It just seemed to disappear. Yeah.
Was it sudden, like just 1 year that it just stopped, or was it like a gradual?
$80,000 and all of a sudden $2,200.
Yeah.
Right.
How many tours were out there? Was it just the OV?
Well, there was a couple of others. There was Bass Ontario, which Randy Jennings ran.
Yeah.
He used to get 300 boats.
Wow.
300?
On the Kawarthas.
Wow.
Holy
My
So
goodness.
nobody ran anywhere. When they fired the shotgun, they just dropped their jig in the water. You couldn't go anywhere. You'd hit somebody. It was nuts.
That's hilarious.
No,
That's
it was
phenomenal.
wild.
I mean, you see some of the series. I mean, they're getting 50, 60, 80, 90. The odd time, and I don't know what it is about that one lake. The odd time you get Couchiching and Sturgeon are the two lakes that always have good turnouts.
Rice typically has a pretty
No,
Yeah.
not as many.
No, not as many
It's
now?
fallen off. It's fallen
Yeah.
off. Last time, I mean, over the past 3 years, I don't think you've seen more than 65.
Really?
60.
Rice and Tri-Lakes used to be the number one.
Used to be. The
Yeah.
Kawarthas, big,
Yeah.
largemouth.
Yeah.
But now all of
Right.
a sudden your smallmouth waters, being, Couchiching is smallmouth water.
Well, look at them branching up now into Georgian Bay. There's
Right.
tournament circuits up there.
Right.
I mean, like you look at the weigh-ins, and it's 22 to 25 pounds.
Wow.
The fish are untouched. They haven't been bothered. They don't know. I don't really believe that they know. I think it's just the pressure of all the boats on top of them.
Right.
Is what causes the trouble. They're swimming around all week doing what 5-pound smallmouths do.
Right.
And then the next week, there's all these things racing around all over them and all the noise and everything. I think it really, it puts them down a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, how do they run special permits for that? Because I know it's a 3-fish limit on Georgian Bay.
Oh, I'm not
right?
sure.
Here we go.
Yeah, they must do something.
Yeah.
This is
Good sign.
going in the box. There
Yeah,
we
baby.
go.
There you go.
Sorry, sir.
Those are always good signs. Is it the same thing in the walleye world, Scotty? Like, are you seeing numbers diminish, or are
Yes. Yeah.
they, why?
And
What is it?
Yeah, I think it's all due to cost. I really do.
Yeah.
I think it's all attributed to cost. Unfortunately, it's cost for the folks that tournament directors that are running these tournaments, as well as those that are participating in it. It's a huge sacrifice, and the gamble, unfortunately, the gap in terms of the gamble is starting to lengthen, and unfortunately, it's just not worth the risk anymore.
Yeah. And if you can't get support from sponsors,
Exactly.
you're really taking a chance. Like, this is wonderful here, having Milwaukee come in here huge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just BKK and all the other ones. It's like without them, it makes it harder for it to work.
100%.
This bee.
So
I'm gonna
Moose
keep
is kind of trying to whack a bee here.
I don't want to get
Whack a
stung.
bee.
WAW, WAP wasp.
I will pose this, Jim. We talk about maybe some of the tours that are starting to see a little bit of a decrease in participation. Are these species specific tournaments the reason? Like, if we were all of a sudden interject a multi-species tournament, would you see an uptick in participation?
You might see a lot of guys go to something like that. I know right now there's a guy outside of Ottawa who for almost a year now has been working on that. He wants to have like a 5 tournament thing where you'd bring in if they're on a lake with bass and walleyes, you'd have to bring in 2 walleyes and 3 bass. Or-
Just like the Stony Lake combo has done
Yeah,
for
something-
years,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which is a very popular
There you
tournament.
go. So maybe that's the answer for the future.
Smaller sized fields.
I mean, yeah, bass are always gonna ride
Thrive.
it, though. And I don't think it's gotten as. I think it's still going to get bigger in Canada than it is now. You're going to see a lot of the smaller ones go away.
I'd like to see it just for the sake that when you talk about the Lake Erie walleye tournaments, when you catch a sheep's head, like that's
There it is.
It's like a slap in the face. But
Who was he?
Oh, yeah.
To get that one.
Who's that?
Not sure who we're looking.
my boys.
Yeah, that's
It's my boys.
The glare there.
That's Aiden and Lewin.
Oh, they're good kids. Eh?
Yeah, they are great kids.
Remember when they came to help out with my kids' cops and Canadian Tire
Absolutely.
thing? What a couple of
Yes,
gems.
absolutely, man. I tell you, I've fallen in love with these two. They're just gems. They're going to be great mentors for the future.
That's all.
They already asked if they can come back next year.
Yep.
Fantastic.
I told them no.
you got to earn that, right?
It's heartbroken. I'm just
Good on them for making top 20 in the final day.
Yeah, that's got to be super exciting.
Yeah.
Now-
yeah, their
so-
posts last night were wild. You
Yeah.
could just see.
Oh, yeah.
The excitement, for sure. Now, obviously, the top 20 boats are fishing right now. Today, we're going to crown a champion of the $50,000. But we've got pay spots going all the way back to 14th, and then we've got thousands of dollars in prizing from Milwaukee and Yeti. Not only to the anglers, but to the public as well. So if you are in Kingston, come on down and watch the weigh-in. It is going to start at 3 o'clock, and we'll be able to see some giant bags come in from what we're looking at here.
Everybody's scooping fish right now.
Yeah.
I just see one wet net after another.
I said this morning. Now that we've got all this to look at, we're
Right.
pretty quiet.
Yeah.
It's Matt Pizzetta.
Yeah.
It's like a fairly smaller fish. I don't think that's one that he wants to carry back to the weigh-in.
No.
We'll see what he does to it. That'll let us know how he's doing.
No, you talk about that, Moose. It's a great point you bring up, because with all this footage, incredible footage,
Going for the buyers.
the interviewers become the interviewees. And I have to go back to our morning segment with that gentleman, Jason, that came up and told his story. I was just
Not
enthralled.
in the box. Not in the box.
No, so that is going in the box. Okay.
Oh, Matt.
Okay.
That is going to be a fish that you need to call out.
Yeah.
That looked like it was just on the cusp of
I'm going to say 2-ish.
12 inches.
No, I'm going to say that was about 10.
Uh-oh, no worries.
Remember, Matt's a very big guy, so
True.
Yeah.
True.
He dropped an awfully big pin.
They had an awfully big.
Look at that pin.
They had a huge bag yesterday.
Yes, he did.
Beautiful boat, by the way. I love that multi-species style walleye.
Yeah.
Almost reminds me of the Lund.
oh, jeez.
God rest her soul.
Where is Sean? We haven't seen Mr. Quinn in a while.
He's at the Lund boat funeral. They're just scattering the nuts and bolts as we speak.
He's trying to spread the boat out as much as he can out there.
No, Sean's out on the water with a couple guys from Aurora Productions. I believe they are in the either Cooper zone or they're in the Danny McGarry zone.
He told me he was going to go to the American side. Is it?
Was it? Oh, wow.
He was going to start there anyway. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just when he left.
Interesting. So if that's the case, then I know. Oh, I think that's Danny on the bottom left there. Right now we have. It's hard to see because of the shadow, I guess. Right?
Do we have any
That's,
idea?
Josh.
Did they pre-fish on the American side, these anglers? With
I'm
that rough
sure.
seas? Yeah?
Oh yeah. A lot of them might have driven around.
Gotcha.
I've done that a couple of times from the Canadian Open. Here you'd go over to the Black River, come out of the river, and go wherever you wanted to go.
Right on.
Yeah.
This is our second place team right now, who went largemouth fishing again this morning.
They did, so I don't think it worked out for them this morning that we saw on camera.
No.
How big was the one they brought in yesterday?
5'5".
It was that big, eh?
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a big fish.
5'5". There's Travis and Warren.
Travis and Warren, yeah.
Weapons. They are.
Yeah.
Weapons.
Boy, are those guys into different tackle, eh? They just scour the
All the
world.
JDM and all the
Yeah.
the different parts of the world for sure.
Travis is now like probably the force on Rice Lake too. He's really got that lake dialed in. So if there's a Rice Lake tournament, you see Travis in it, that's your guy to worry about.
Did we touch on this yesterday, Jim, in regards to bait presentations, like these creature baits, these fuzzy dice? This seems to be something that's come out of nowhere.
Oh, there's Coop.
It's
He's
probably
hooked up again.
as big as
Coop's hooked up.
as big as this, like Senko type baits were.
Is that right?
When they came out, yeah. Yeah. Everybody's got them now. Everybody's
It
got
sure does, yep.
I know guys that have them, Scotty. They don't even fish smallmouth. They've got them.
Wow.
They just had to buy them because it's what it is. I saw a joke after ICAST. They had a picture of a largemouth swimming along, and he's got the little cloud over his head, and it says, wow, ICAST must have been last week, and he's swimming through about 5,000 rigged fuzzy dice. all the different companies, eh? Every company there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I bought some. I was over at Tight Lines one day, and I had to buy 3 or 4 packs. I got them. I'm
I
ready.
bought some from one of the vendors here yesterday.
They did cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few guys that are making them now. We got them down in New Brunswick there from our good friend Alex from Big River Baits.
Is that the young lad?
That's young. Like,
Yeah,
all the way down.
I met him at CanCast. Yeah.
Spring Fishing Boat Show.
Oh, Spring Fishing Show. Okay. I knew I met him because he gave me I have him on the wall in the back in the fishing room. Yeah. I got to give him a go.
He's a great guy. He's a great kid. He called me just before this, and he wanted to send down a bunch of baits for all the grab bags.
Oh, very good.
Timing was just off, but yeah, Alex at Big River Baits. If you are watching, my friend, hello, good to see you. We've got a special birthday today as well. Can we take guesses? You guys want to guess, or you want me to just tell you?
You better tell us, because there's a lot of people.
Is it a
here.
fisherman?
Yeah.
It's not a fisherman. but he's a part of the staff.
Actually, I think you're wrong. I think it's tomorrow.
Is it today?
Does that mean you know who
tomorrow.
it is?
Oh,
I know who it is.
then I know who you're talking about, and it is tomorrow because he mentioned it this morning.
I'm a horrible,
You're terrible, Fred.
horrible friend. Sean,
John Quinn.
Mr. Sean Quinn.
back my morning
What do I win?
birthday message.
What do I win? Is there a prize?
You, my friend, get a wonderful bottle. This bottle's been featured in many of tables.
I want the table.
So like I said, guys, if you're seeing this, you're hearing this, you're watching this, thank you very much for joining us. Please like, share, comment. We do have a $250 grab bag of goodies up for sale. I'm going to step out, actually, and we're going to bring a couple of interesting fellows. You want me to step out first?
No,
or do you want
no.
I'll step out first. No problem.
Bring Cody Kavanchek on here.
Yeah, you know what?
Uh-oh.
You know more about that deal than I do, so I'm going to let Cody take this seat.
This is I
Right.
have to use the men's room, so how about you just stick around here?
Tickle.
Why don't we do this? Is Jeff Atchison in the building?
Yes,
Jeff, are you around?
I saw Jeff.
There's Jeff. Jeff, we'll get you on first because
We're going to get Jeff first.
I got to run to the bathroom. Yeah. All right, Jeff Atchison is going to join the live. He's going to talk to you about his experience on the water over the past 2 days, and I'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
Right on.
Well, welcome, Jeff. Jeff is one of the anglers. You had a really good day one.
Yeah, we had a good day one. I lost a couple key fish, but that's how it goes out here.
Yeah.
I'd like to say I'm happy to see you. I am happy to see you, but I wish you were out there competing for the 50, and I'm sure you're the same way.
I tell you, you don't get too many days like it is out there weather-wise.
This must be killing you right now.
I was watching the live on the way over, and I'm like, oh man,
Look at that.
all I want to do is fish.
Yeah. So what was different for you yesterday compared to day one?
Honestly, it was a bit tougher to get to our spot. Other than that, I think our fish just kind of scattered, which kind of blew my mind because the wind was the same direction.
Right.
Nothing really changed. Maybe a little stronger wind, but chasing these smallmouth around, they can just disappear.
I was going to ask you that, Jeff, because a lot of the anglers have been saying that the fish were acting a little weird. Is it because of the boats? Is it because of the pressure? What do you think it was? What do you think it is that's making them act weird?
That's a good question. I still think this year they're kind of in a bit of a funk. The water temperature didn't fluctuate like it usually does. So everything was kind of behind a couple weeks. And there's so many tournaments out here this year. So it could be boat traffic. It could be a little bit of, the sonar pings and such. But let's face it, there's, almost 70 boats of absolute phenomenal sticks out here.
Yep.
So, you're not finding something that nobody else has found. So, you're always battling other boats. Doesn't matter how far you go.
Right. So when did you keep with your game plan yesterday? Did you have to switch it up? You fish in the same spots?
We
down your
needed a
day.
mega bag.
Yep.
So I think we lost we weighed in just over 21 pounds on day one, and I had probably 26 to 27 hooked up.
Oh.
Wow.
So we needed that 26, 27 pound bag yesterday. So we stayed with our plan until about noon. We had one fish in the boat.
Okay.
At noon, a 2.5 pounder.
Wow.
And then we just scrambled, and I upgraded a 2.5, 3 pounds at 310 for a 330 weigh-in. I called out a 2.5 pounder with a 5. So, it just sometimes you run a gun, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Any regrets? Anything you would do differently?
Yesterday I fished clean, didn't miss anything. My partner Ryan fished clean, he didn't miss anything, and so no, the stars just didn't align for us.
Okay, break down some of the baits you were using out there, man.
Honestly,
Spill the beans.
I mean, do you have any with you?
Yeah. You can get them everywhere. It's no secret, that's for sure. I'm sure most of the guys are throwing this kind of stuff, right? A lot of stuff, you just swim bait style drop shots or a swim bait with, whether it's a ball head or whatever your preference is. I found actually, believe it or not, I went back, I call it old school. It's not really old school. It's just, it was a fad a few years ago, the flatworm.
Yep.
Flatworm was
Berkeley.
killing it for us. And I personally haven't thrown a flatworm in probably 2 years.
And that was on a drop shot, I'm guessing.
Yes, sir.
That's a decent fish. Is that Danny? I don't know. There's a big fish there. If the camera just pans down, you're going to see a big fish held up.
You know, guys, it's really funny the way you see fads on lures, like you mentioned the flatworm. Mm-hmm. I mean, there wasn't a store. They used to post on Facebook. The shops would post. I got 72 bags. Right. 2.5 hours after, sold out.
Gone.
Like everybody has 100 bags of flatworms at home that fishes tournaments, you know?
Yeah, I was going to say, I literally have a bag full of flatworms.
Yeah.
You know, the 4 or 5 colors that I like to use. It is unreal. And right now, the Hasdong shad is the same way.
Yep.
You know,
that is a go-to for sure.
Absolutely. You know, and of course, Megabass is quite smart with the way that they market their product, right? So you get your JDM colors that only come into Canada once a year.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Right.
You know, so if you get hooked on a JDM color, because let's face it, we all have our go-tos.
Yep.
Then you buy them up. Sometimes I buy them by the case.
Fishermen are like that. You know, if there's a hot bait, people think that they go and they clear the shelf. A few years ago, there's a product that came out called Bait Fuel. Nobody had used it yet.
Nope.
It sold out everywhere just from marketing. And that was probably one of the best marketing.
I have at home, when they made the first 100 bottles of samples, I have number 8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah?
Still have it at home, yeah.
Wow.
Matt Massey gave it to me. They were
Double header.
Double header. Holy
There we go here.
Who are they?
This is what footage that is.
Is that Cooper?
That is Cooper and his dad.
That's his?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So what do you do? What do you do if there's a doubleheader?
Well done, boys. Well done.
Well, it's sheer panic usually.
Right. You say, okay, mine's bigger. We're getting mine first.
If you can see them, sometimes you'll go for the bigger one first.
Oh, that's a great fish, Kerry.
2 good ones by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In this case, I think they played it right. Cooper being used to having a hand bomb him in on the
Right.
series.
Right.
Good observation. I agree.
You ever scoop in the same net?
Oh, I try not to. I try to get him in the boat as fast as possible. Yeah.
I remember years ago, a day out here. Now, this was before the smallmouth took off like this. Rocky and I are fishing, and I hook up a 2-pounder. When a 3.5 was a good one here. You know, we talked about the 18-pound bag being good here, 15 years ago. And it had 2 or 3 followers, and they were like 4-pounders. And I kept my fish in the water, swimming around, while he caught 2 of the 3 others.
Yeah.
There.
Now, Jeff, I think it was you that I was speaking to about that you don't get a lot of chasing here. That when you hook a fish, you don't have a lot of followers. Like typically you would, as Jim just explained. Do you see that now, or did you see that in the 2 days you fished?
I find it's it's more prevalent in the shallow fish.
Gotcha.
That's what I find. So if you're fishing shallow, a lot of times you hook one, there might be 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. And naturally, if you have luck like I do, anyways, you hook the small one, the big one.
That's not just you, my man.
Yeah. But as far as deep goes, no, I don't feel like there's near as many followers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So were you on schooling fish? Sorry, Jim.
Yeah, our main location, it was, day one, it was loaded right up. There was a few fish that we caught. I said to my partner, I think that's a drum. We got to throw anyways.
Right.
Throw in 6-pounder. I lost it.
Oh. Right.
But, it is what it is.
Somebody needs a hug.
Yeah.
I did a big fish tournament on Tri-Lakes one year. And I worked on this. It had to be a 6-7 pound smallie. I swear to God. I worked on that thing for 45 minutes. Turned out to be a carp.
Oh.
Somebody else needs
It's like, dough.
Hey, I'll tell you something about trying to catch a fish. Many, many years ago, when I was still fishing in a little boat, and I was fishing a tournament on White Lake, where they hold a lot of tournaments. It's a fantastic place for bass. They just don't. There just isn't a lot of big ones, and I think it's because there's like 15, camping type places.
Okay.
And I think a lot of them, go into the frying pan for a good old Canadian fish fry. But I was doing well, and I saw this fish, and it was a giant largemouth. It was probably 5 or 6 pounds. I never did catch it. I had 5 fish, and the limit at the time was 6. And I spent 45 minutes trying to catch that fish. And this was before fluff and drop shots and stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, I did everything I knew how to do. I actually drifted away and went back, and the fish, like he wasn't on a bed. He was sitting underneath an undercut, and he'd come out at anything you threw in. He'd swim out, tilt on one side, and look down at it, you know, and go back underneath.
Well, that's a good one.
Oh, I would have.
Look at the clarity of the
good
water.
Ah, beautiful shot. Beautiful shot.
Believe it or not, they're probably sitting in 20 feet of water there.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Well, that's a big fish.
Oof, that's a good one. That's Travis Pogue and Warren McRae.
Yes.
Black.
Get it.
Come on, guys.
Yes.
So this is the team here that I think that's going to make a move today.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You called that this morning.
Yeah.
Well, judging by that fish, I'd say you're bang on.
You know, it makes an absolute huge difference, obviously, for boat control when it's like this.
Amen. What is the partner doing outside of grabbing the net? What's the partner doing when you're reeling in a fish?
In this kind of conditions, very little. You know, but when it's blowing, you know, a lot of times you're trying to, you know, whether you choose to spot lock or not.
Yep.
Sometimes spot lock out here is not fun, just because the waves just crash over the front of the boat.
Yeah. Right.
But the key is to make sure that your boat, you know, doesn't get off the spot, you know, back off 20, 30 feet, which, you know, can be detrimental. Maybe you can't find it again. Maybe you can't get positioned properly on it. Also, keeping that line out of the trolling motor.
That's right. I was just going to say that, Jeff. I do not put spot lock on when I'm fighting a fish or until it's in the boat, just for that reason.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Going back to your story, Jim, about trying to catch a fish, I'm just so glad that the story wasn't about me, just saying.
Oh, but anyway, so I watched this fish forever. I went away. I actually went away, and I tried to jury rig a jig to be smaller, because like we didn't have small things back then. You had a 3/8 and a half ounce jig. That's what you could buy. You couldn't buy an 1/8, or you couldn't buy a flipping jig. Whatever. The stuff wasn't there. Like the industry hadn't caught up to it yet. So eventually I leave it. I go back to the way in, and I'm short one fish. So I miss winning by about 10 ounces.
Jeez.
So I have a trophy for second place. You've probably seen it in my office. It sits there. It's like this. It's
One of
like,
the many.
It's a little thing like this, and I have so many people say to me, "How come you have a little second place trophy like that you keep?" And I said, "Because I learned a valuable lesson."
There you go.
Yeah, I learned a valuable lesson that day.
Right.
Be humble.
Yeah.
Most of the times you learn more from those days that are epic fails rather than the ones where you just go out and smash them.
Absolutely. I've played a lot of different sports, you know, at fairly high level in some of them, and I'll tell you, there is not a more humbling sport
Right.
than fishing.
Amen. And is that the draw in for you, Jeff? Is that the draw that, you know what, it's hills and valleys, and you try to get to that hill, and unfortunately you got to deal with all the valleys? Is that what draws you to this?
I just love catching fish, man.
Amen.
Yeah. And there's so many factors that are out of your control that play.
Absolutely. You know, you're fishing against everybody, don't get me wrong, but you're not.
Right.
You know, it's everybody against the fish.
Yep.
You know, and with today's technology, everybody can read a graph. All these guys can read side imaging, down imaging, forward-facing sonar, regardless of the brand. You know, everybody's become super proficient in it. This is why, you know, I was sitting in a buddy's boat, and we were talking about a certain spot out there the other night, and he opens his graph, and it was like I was looking at my own. We've
Really,
never
eh?
fished together.
Wow. Really, huh?
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I have that spot and that spot and that spot and that spot. This is crazy.
Who's been creeping who?
Yeah.
Right.
And like I said, we've never been in the same boat together.
Wow, that is something else.
And you wonder why you get to a spot sometimes, and you go, "Hey, there's no fish here. They were here, you know."
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so he's boxing one now, and there's another fish on.
Sometimes you get a big flurry with these smallies.
As is happening right now,
Yes.
based on all the views that we have in front of us.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you hook one and you might go 4 to 4 back to back, right?
And in the 2 days that you fish, we've had a lot of sun, a lot of wind. When the sun came out like it has this morning, did you find that the fish have turned on just like they are right now?
Yesterday it happened kind of in the afternoon.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when that sun finally came out and it was good and high and that wind started to die a little bit, yeah, the bite for us anyways absolutely picked up. You know, I was kind of wishing that we had a 4:30 weigh-in instead of a 3:30.
You'd mentioned that. That's right.
Yeah.
You made the doc. You mentioned that.
So the afternoon was much better then.
Yeah, for us yesterday it was for sure. Like I said, I only had one fish at noon.
So you talked about the flatworm. Was there any other baits that you used that you were kind of surprised you had success with?
Nothing that I was really surprised. I mean, with the Japanese stuff coming in
Yes.
by the hordes now, you know, there's a few guys that are using some of that Japanese stuff.
Yep.
Me being one of them, you know. I
love an
swear,
honest angler.
I swear you open the compartments in my boat and it looks like you're in Japan.
The crazier it looks.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have seen the dice, right?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Right.
It just, what does that look like?
I'd like to know. I'd really like
That
to know.
bass,
You
right?
know what? I personally think it's not something that they're eating now. I think it's something that's embedded in their brain from when they were maybe fry.
Oh,
And it's
look at you go.
it's just they just know it as bait.
Yeah.
Mark had mentioned this yesterday. We were talking about clopiids and all kinds of invertebrates that they're taught as young fish to target, from the adult fish. But to your point, it's quite possible that you know, they see baits that they know they've been stuck with, and then they go back to what they know or knew then.
Right.
And they go back to their more confident stuff that they know they're not going to get hooked.
Have you seen the new one? I saw a picture of it the other day. It's a little ball in the middle. It has about 15 little fish, about 3/4 of an inch long. They have an eye,
No, I haven't seen them.
and they're all tagged onto the ball.
Okay.
No way.
They look like they would be feeding on a piece of bread or so. You know when you see
Are
a
you
bunch
making this up?
I'm
Is that a live target bait?
wear it on the mother's.
Is that a live target?
No,
bait?
no.
No?
What he's
Well, I
doing
don't
is
know.
He's creating it.
I was just going to say yes.
Off to the bait cave. No, it's just really, really cool. This little ball with all these little fish, and some of them are on longer, like where they molded it off the ball. Some pieces are a little bit longer, some are shorter, so it makes it look like a school of minnows around a ball.
It's kind of like an A-rig, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's interesting.
it's the coolest thing.
So we had the totals up there on the screen, obviously by the number of fish that are being
Oh, here's
caught.
a fizz happening right now.
Everybody take a look at this. For landmarking purposes, if you are someone that likes to know how to fizz a smallmouth, there is a landmark there. He's using his finger to find it. And you will see the air pop out. He'll put it in the water and he'll blow all the bubbles out. Away you go.
Yeah, if you go to Bassmaster, Bass Nation, there's
That's right.
really good stuff showing it.
That's great.
Yeah.
How it's done, because they teach it to all the anglers now. They have to take the course.
It's not often that you see it in the field. Now, you're fizzing, obviously. Because
So what he has there is a little small, is a small plunger, and what that's doing is it's if there's any meat or anything inside that needle, what it's doing is it's blowing it out.
Gotcha. Now, are you doing this because these fish are caught in 20, 30 plus feet, or?
it really doesn't matter, honestly, because a lot of the fish that you're catching shallow are usually coming up quickly from deep to
Gotcha.
feed. You know, and their swim bladder doesn't react fast enough when they get caught. You're yanking them in the boat, and because they hop up on that shallow flat, eat right back down into the deeps.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that swim bladder expands and it actually puts pressure on their heart, and it will slowly kill them.
Were they chasing a lot for you the 2 days that you were out there?
Not as much as normal, honestly. I found a small school of 4-pounders yesterday that chased. And I thought, okay, here we go. The Lake Ontario is going to do what it normally does.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the case. There was only 2 of them there, but I mean, I was able to catch both of them. So hey, you can't complain.
Amen.
But yeah, sometimes it's absolutely insane with the live sonar. You can see the fish, throw your bait, watch your bait fall, and watch the fish chase it right to the bottom.
That's awesome. Mark, this goes back to your point you made this morning. I mean, we've had 2 days of incredible fishing. We've seen
Right.
a lot of fish come to the scale, and we have only lost one fish.
One fish and 2 days of fishing
When
on the
you
St.
see
Lawrence.
the attention to detail and the work that's being done by the anglers, again, a tip of the hat to
Right.
you guys.
That's exactly why.
I firmly believe that the guys who are fishing out here in this level of tournament, whether it's CISA or Bait Fuel or the Elites, the Opens, whatever it is, I firmly believe that once people realize how good this fishery is, we want to do everything in our power to keep it that way.
That's right. A fizzing needle has become standard equipment you have on
I
your
think
boat
there's
when you're
10.
fishing bodies of water like this,
I think
which
there's
is
10 in my
fantastic.
boat.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, always.
Right.
Jim, was it something that you guys did back in the day?
No, it wasn't even heard of. But we also didn't fish in that deep water like that.
Interesting.
And you kept your fish on a stringer behind the back.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
I never did that.
No.
I started off with the small aluminum boat with the great big giant, I don't know,
6.5.
6,000 quart cooler in it.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the
Yeah,
motor.
no, and I fill it up with water, and I just keep do it, and then I dump in 3 or 4 pails to keep them alive.
So there's no aerators or anything. You didn't have like a little.
I had one of those suction things.
Oh yeah.
I would fill it up again, and it would overflow, so the boat would have this much water in it. So you'd have to get rid of it all.
Wow.
So here's the young guns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as I said, I love these two guys. They're great kids. Great
I
kids.
fish against these guys all summer long in the Bayfield Series. These guys are unbelievable.
Great attitude.
I don't know if you know, but they're Scotty's favorite.
Yeah, I heard that on my way over. You know what? And
Well, next to you, Jeff.
yeah, and to be honest with you, it's so easy to like these young lads.
Yeah. They're gems.
Absolutely.
Well, you could tell how pumped they were, as I mentioned last night, by what they posted on Facebook.
Absolutely.
And when they came to the kids event there with us, Scotty, my kids, Cops of Canadian Tire, these 2 kids were absolute gems.
Yes.
I'm over at the ramp. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm groggy. Everybody else is grog. Ron's running around in circles, and I'm talking to these 2 kids like they've been in, like they'd had 15 hours of sleep. They were so sharp, so ready to go.
Excited, like they're
Sugar.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I blame it on the sugar.
Sure, maybe.
They're running around like like the dog with the tongue out of the mouth.
They're not worried about diabetes yet.
Diabetes.
I think that was directed at us, Jim.
No, not at all. Not at all. No, those boys are unreal. Yeah. Yesterday I pulled in and seen them at the check-in boat, and we had a quick chat, as we always do, and I didn't even notice, and they pointed to the back of the deck of the boat. They said, look at that. They blew the talon off the side of their boat.
Yes, we talked about that.
So it was gone?
actually.
No, it was on the back deck. They were able to get it into the boat, and they strapped it to the
down.
back deck and finished the day with it. So good on them. I hope they figure that out quickly.
I
But
remember coming into a tournament in Trenton once that was held right by the arena there where they used to hold the walleye thing. And do you guys know the name Bruce Leeson? You remember him?
Oh yeah. Sure,
Bruce he was a force in Canada. He won so many tournaments.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
His dad. Yeah. And he comes in and I look at him and I go, "Where's your electric motor?" And he goes, "Was
No
gone."
way.
It's like Travis and Warren again's on
Come
a.
off.
Looks like a good fish.
do you remember the days of the B1 when they used to launch out of Valleyfield?
Yep. I was never there, but I remember
There was countless guys that would make it, maybe 6-7 miles out into the lake there, and then turn around and come back with no graphs. Or
Oh yeah. Oh, Matt Robertson lost a graph on day 1.
Yeah.
Running
the
out.
place is wicked.
it can happen if you don't respect the water, it will get you.
A
Amen.
west wind or an east wind with that current.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be a big wave. It just makes it freaky.
Oh, absolutely.
What was the current like out there, Jeff, in the 2 days you fished?
I was in the lake, buddy, so it's almost non-existent. Yeah, the wind is the factor. But I do, like I said, I fished the Bayfield Series. That's a good one. Looks long.
It is long.
Now, did you want wind or did you want calm?
I didn't want the wind we had.
Gotcha.
Good answer.
Gotcha.
The wind we had was a bit of a struggle for boat control in the certain situation we were fishing. It's almost unheard of, like, to have these conditions we have today. But every angler, I think, even Cooper. I know Cooper says you let it blow all the time, but I mean, it is nice to just be able to stand on the deck of your boat without a seat.
Right.
Amen.
Now, we spoke about that a little bit when it was happening. Do you believe Cooper wants that wind because he's got some areas to himself? Some guys will not run out there, or that actually turns his fish up?
Well, I think it'd be a little bit of both. There is the thought that when it's calm, especially out here because the water is so clear, the fish can see everything just that much better. There's not so much turmoil going on in the water, right? So yes to that, but also there is the thought that guys just won't go fish it.
Yep.
Right.
You know, I don't think necessarily it'd be 100% he'd have it to himself. because
Right.
you know they're.
I'm not saying to himself, but a lot less.
Yeah, out of these 70 guys, you know, if probably 50 of them would still go.
Right.
You know.
Right. And was it a long cast deal?
For us, no. For us, no. You could basically drop off right in front of your trolling motor at times.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
There are a lot of fish. There's only 20 boats out there. You'd swear there was 100.
Right.
The number of fish that are coming to the deck. Like, this is incredible.
How many cameras? How many boats have cameras?
8, I think it is. 8? 8 cameras, Mark?
So you're seeing
Something
a lot,
like that.
You're catching a lot of fish.
Count.
Whoever picked the 8 boats should probably go buy a lottery ticket.
Amen. Well, we've gotten very lucky here, Mark. You could attest to that. Like, in terms of footage and the cameras that we have had in both.
Well, it helps to
Calling
have
a fish like that?
Oh yeah, that's the joke.
Holy
That's the
smoke.
joke.
You see the size of fish they just threw back?
Oh, this is exciting. Show us that scale. Again, most of the anglers are using the Bubba scale. It seems to be the one to have.
Oh yeah, you watch the elites, Major League Fishing, anything, they all use that.
They seem to be the most accurate.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you know that Mark Hunter uses that one?
I've
A
heard.
couple times a year.
What's the fish on? Something wrong with it. It won't register. It's not big enough.
Joey's hooked up again.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't
This is
take long.
on fire. Is this typical for the St.
Like I
Louis?
said, a lot of times it
Man.
comes in flurries, but it can be absolutely phenomenal.
It's that good of a fishery.
Yeah.
It really is.
I firmly believe that there is thousands of fish out there that have never seen an
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh God. yeah.
100%.
People have no idea. Like they put up a map of the end of Lake Ontario when the elites are here, and they show the boats, and it looks crowded on the screen.
Yep.
But what you don't realize is that there's 4 miles between those two boats.
100%.
They're not an inch apart like it is on the screen.
100%.
Just like I had a buddy of mine the other day came over, and he was at dinner time, and we're watching the news, and they're showing the forest fires out west, and they've got each one marked, and it looks like the Northwest Territories and the prairies are on fire. But there's 300 miles between those two fires,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh, yeah, no, there's...
When you're out here in a boat and you're bobbing around out there, and you think
go.
to yourself, you know what, I'm no help.
Nah.
You know, I'm going to run over to that island. It's not that far. And you fire up the boat and you start heading over. It takes you 10 minutes to get there.
Right.
At 50 miles an hour, right?
Yeah.
You just threw out my personal best. Like,
Right? I'm sure you do, and a lot of anglers do. They look at the maps before they go to a body of water and say, okay, I'm going to fish here. This looks good. I'm going to fish this bay here. So you put all that in. Me as a Garmin, I can put that in my phone, and once I get to my boat, turn my graphs on, it transfers over to my graphs. So you go over to these places, and that little bay that you're looking at on your map is 4 miles long. it's like
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
plan B. Well, there wasn't really a plan A.
This is
but-
cool, eh? This is getting a little bit of exposure, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Scott Canterbury sent a
Very
text there.
good.
Yeah.
So Jim just showed his phone here, and Scott Canterbury just said, "I'm watching."
What I want to know is how come he's not here?
Right? Maybe next year he will be.
Yeah.
Scott, if you're watching, I know you're watching. We would love to have you here.
It doesn't look. I do recognize that landmark. These lads aren't too far from here.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to them yesterday, and they said they were gonna do about a 20-mile run in the morning.
Yeah. They're in kind of a spot that not too many guys would be doing this either.
No.
You don't see like scads of boats down that way.
Yeah, you do see a lot of people try, and I'm guilty to it sometimes as well. But you see people just try and run away and find something somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, in hopes that they're not going to run into the boats, but if you can't get there, sometimes it just bites you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to remember when you leave to go because of your time. You have to think, when I get there, can I do what I want to do?
Yeah,
And if you're not sure, you shouldn't go.
that's right.
Because if you spend an hour and 15 minutes getting there, it's an hour and 15 minutes to come back. So
At
you
least.
shot a 30-year day.
At least and out here, it is a big body of water, but it can change at the drop of a hat. Well, I did a little bit of moving around yesterday, and it was like in one side of the area I was fishing, one side of the mouth of the opening, let's call it, was blowing straight west, and the other side was northwest.
Weird.
Wow.
Crazy.
It was unreal.
Now, we did mention it was such a large body of water. It's interesting to know how many honey holes are out there that haven't been touched yet.
We were laughing actually the other day. We were talking about it over dinner. My partner says, "Could we run to Coburg
We run to Coburg.
or Oshawa?
Great sandwich place.
Could we get there?"
Right.
Well, pending the weather, absolutely we could get there. But it's again making that run is no different than the elite guys. Running from Messina all the way out here. You're talking an hour and a half, 2.5 hours sometimes. Yeah. So it cuts into your 8 hours of fishing.
Right.
You better have it dialed in.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like I said earlier, those smallmouth are magicians when it comes to disappearing.
Yeah. Right.
When I used to fish a lot, it's funny you should mention that. I spent a week once fishing out of Coburg, and I headed east every morning, and I just went further and further and further every day, and it was amazing the pods of fish that you found.
Yeah.
Smallmouth and largemouth, pike, pike fishing that was... It was like being up in the Northwest Territories. I mean, you're catching like 35, 38-inch pike every other cast.
Oh, yeah.
Just incredible fishing, having a great time. But still nothing that you could go to and say to yourself, well, I'm going to take a chance. If I'm in Belleville, I'm going to run there or something,
Yeah.
Like you got to go through the canal and all that stuff. But no, it's...
So, Jeff, Steve Shaw's asking a question here, which is a great question to ask you as an angler who has competed the last 2 days. How many times did you abandon the plan, your game plan?
Never.
So you stuck to your game plan?
Yeah, out here, a lot of times, you do have to have a lot of areas, based on the weather, essentially. If we can't run 35 miles out here, right, we'll do this. Because there is a point where you can't safely do it. But other than that, I believe that you do, to an extent, have to put all your eggs in a basket, so to speak, because, like we were talking about, it is just so far to run.
Right.
Yep.
So if you make an hour run out, 45-minute run out, and that weather switches, it could be a 2-hour run back, right, or a 2-hour run to another spot. It's a lot.
So what size class fish is worth the run to you?
Out here, you have to obviously have 23 pounds a day to make the cut.
So you want 4.5 to 5s?
No, you need to go. You need to find 5s.
5s.
You need to find 5s against these guys. You have to find 5s. Cooper's hooked up again.
Yep.
You need to find that 5-pound class fish, because you go there and it might be a school full of 5s.
Right.
But it might be 3 5-pounders and a couple high 4s or a 4.5.
Oh, they got it.
And at what time do you say, okay, you know what, this is not going to work out. We have to get back and fish some safe spots?
Yeah. Yesterday for us, it wasn't about safety. It was about time. And when we had one fish...
I mean, not safe as in safety as not getting hurt. I mean safety as we know there's fish there. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be the limit we want, but let's at least get our 5.
For me, it's just how long is it going to take to get there? And how fast can I catch those fish? So I have a few spots out here that are typically full of, those 3.5 to 4 pound range fish,
right,
which aren't going to win you a tournament out here.
Right.
But the odd time you will catch 1 or 2 good ones. So yesterday at noon, I just ran there knowing that I could catch my 5 fish in 15 minutes.
Right.
Because they're just always there.
So you're the kind of guy that wants the 5 in the box, and then he starts hunting for bigger ones, or you just want 5 bites all day? 5 of the right bites.
As long as I'm around them, I'll take the 5 right bites all day. But if they disappear, and that's the great thing about forward-facing sonar,
right,
if they're not there, you can only wait so long.
Looks like Coop's calling.
One boat that we have not seen all day, and we have a question here from Wayne. How far did the Johnson brothers rip this morning?
They could very well be at a cell service. Cell service isn't the greatest. I don't know if you've noticed.
No.
For the amount of money we pay each month, we should get cell phone everywhere, all the time.
I'm just making an observation. In the background there, you see all the windmills?
Yeah.
Why don't we put a tower or some kind of
wrecks?
Let's maybe put some reflector dishes on some of these wind towers.
Yeah, they got
So that would say Amherst Island, I'm guessing, with all the windmills. Am I right?
Not necessarily.
No, I think that's Wolf. I think
Wolf?
they're off the back on all the old wrecks.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool when you see them in the water. You see the what does he call them, the beams?
Yeah.
You just see the
Yep.
rows of them on the bottom where they all crashed in the same shoal.
Yeah, yeah. It was like they're all running side by side because they're just lined right up. Bang, bang, bang.
Reminds me of a song.
I'm just looking at the monitors here, guys, and it shows the in the bottom there. It's showing us the marina here and downtown Kingston. What a beautiful spot to hold this in. Absolutely, it's a beautiful protected harbor. You know, you got the weigh in here. You know, whether you're here for a weigh in or you're here with your boat for the weekend, it's just a beautiful spot, and it's right close to everything, just piled up with history. Yeah. Beautiful buildings. Like I'm not a history buff, but I'm down here maybe once or twice a week to do groceries or whatever, you know. And I drive by and I look at all these old buildings, and it just freaks me out. Like, you guys were in that hall the other night at City Hall.
Yeah, City Hall, yeah.
I saw the pictures of that, and I remembered it from the old days of the Canadian Open here. And I was just, like I'm looking at it again because they fixed it all up. Like all the paint used to be falling off the ceiling and everything was really old, but they fixed it all up. It just looks beautiful.
Sean Quinn answered our question. Too far for me to follow. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Is he still floating?
Apparently.
Oh, he's in a Lund. He's still floating. Yeah.
Well, I think you, Mark, and myself, you know, being in the industry we're in,
Right.
Monday to Friday, can really respect.
I was just going to say that as well, Jeff. Like, the architecture here makes me think we're building boxes now. Ugly boxes.
Absolutely.
We are
Craft
not
dinner
leaving
boxes stacked
anything
on
that's
top.
going to gain heritage or anything like that in the future.
Even the road we're set up on.
Right.
You know,
It's cobblestone.
Yep, the cobblestone area here is
Right.
unbelievable.
Terrible in heels.
Yep.
Don't ask me how I know.
Or with a cane. Or with a cane.
Right, or with a cane, I guess, yeah. I broke my stiletto.
I thought I seen you go down last night.
Yeah.
Have these boys put any in the box on the screen here, Westring?
I've seen one. That's all.
They
I've seen.
did start the same kind of deal they started yesterday, and it did not pan out for what we saw.
Okay.
Man, I was shocked when that Lars belt was 5.5. It didn't look that big on the screen, eh? Like,
I heard these guys were doing something a little bit different compared to everybody else, so it'd be nice to see them get a day 3 mega bag.
Yes, it would.
Well, yesterday, a lot of folks said it was a ballsy move to decide what they did yesterday to change things up and flip the script. Obviously, it didn't pay off today, but they abandoned it just as quick as they did yesterday, and hopefully they got on fish because there's been a few of us that have suggested that they might be
Think it's run here?
in the top at the end of today.
See, when I seen that Westring was fishing this, I thought to myself, oh, yeah, here we go. We're going to see some good green ones.
Yeah.
There is not too many guys around that can get those green ones going.
We had a team yesterday that had 4 or 5. I think it was 4 and 1 smallmouth.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Garnier.
Garnier.
Well, honestly,
Which is no surprise, but
they are big out here.
they can be.
Those green ones, you can find some big ones
Can
out
be.
here. I've looked for, I don't know, maybe a total of 2 hours. My entire, let's call it career, fishing this stretch of water. And it just, those smallmouth just, they do something for me.
I did a Bassmaster Northern Regional, and it was out of Waddington. So it was early season. Not early season, but it was like June, like beginning of June. And most of the boats did make the run out this way, which is a 60-mile run.
Yep.
It's a long, long way.
Yep.
I wasn't comfortable doing that. I don't know the water very well. So I found some areas up and around the dam and everything that had some really, really good largemouth. So I actually went for the largemouth.
Jack Levert will tell you all about those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you say 60 mile, and 60 miles far, don't get me wrong. But out here, it's a drop in the bucket.
Right.
You know,
On the weekend, trying to go through the American Channel, if you go that way,
Crazy.
you just add an hour and 45 minutes to your-
Already.
And Canadian waters were unnavigable. So you could not enter Canadian water.
Ah, okay.
So even if it blew up, there's no back channeling it or anything like that.
yeah. We ran one time from Morrisburg all the way out to the main docks.
Right.
You want to talk about a run?
That's a run.
It was a run. But on our way back, that's a good one too. On the way back, there was a poker run down the St. Lawrence River. I'll tell you, we had 2 jet turbine engine poker run boats, one on each side. We're going 70 miles downriver. They're going, I don't know how fast, past us with a helicopter above them.
Oh, geez.
Absolutely insane.
Wow.
The experience was insane. But as far as trying to navigate up that or down that river with all of that going on, the boat wake was just terrible.
I can imagine.
And there's tankers out there too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wake boats aren't your problem.
They're
out
like
there.
islands that move.
Yeah, 1,000 feet long.
And they change the water level when they go by.
Great point.
They push so much water that
Great point.
Right.
you know,
I was sitting in a bay in Waddington once. This is no word of a lie. There was a tanker going by, and for 20 minutes you could hear it coming.
Yep.
You could hear that boom, boom. It's
Yep.
coming. We're sitting in a bay. It's across from where that the area there where they had that the piles of gravel and sand there when you go down, and the little bay right across from it.
Yep.
And the boat actually bottomed out because when it went by, it pushed the water out of the bay, and about a minute later, it all came back in. But the water dropped like three feet.
yeah, it's insane. You know, you'll get by them, and if you don't know, you'll get past their wake.
Yeah.
And
The square back ones are the ones you got to watch out for.
yeah, and then you get yourself back up to a speed or whatever, and then all of a sudden there's rollers.
Right.
Massive rollers behind it, and that just carry on. And you know, if you're in a narrower section of the river, those rollers last forever.
Yeah. And you're not getting away from them.
Who flipped their boat there? It was about 5 or 8 years ago there. It was somebody by Prescott there.
I did hear about
I can picture his face. I can't. Oh my Lord! I'm having a senior citizen moment. I can't remember his name, but they flipped the boat, and one of the guys was like almost unconscious in the water. He was there, but he was really groggy because he took a beat. He's going 65 miles an hour.
Of course, you hit water at 65 miles an hour, you might as well hit the concrete.
It was a Brian Gazo, was it?
No, I don't think so.
I know he flipped his boat on.
Because I know
Erie
Chong helped
anyway.
him. That's why he told me one of the guys. They pulled him over, him and Brownridge. Yeah, and of course that all the boats stopped right away and
Yeah.
get them. But and they're both okay back, and I think they won some tournaments since, so that's good.
That's good. The fish gods.
And here's Coop.
Jeff, I just wanted to share something that was shared here on our Facebook Live from Sean McCooey.
McCooey, yep.
McCooey. Crazy how much heart you have to continue chasing the dream. Simply amazing how far you've come in the float tourneys.
Yeah.
So many people are proud of your dedication and determination, Jeff.
Okay, so watch what's going on. Sorry, Jeff. You might want to notice, I'm guessing that Cooper has a smaller fish on now. Kerry is dropping his rod to drop to a larger fish that is chasing it. We did talk about this earlier.
Yep.
He dropped the net, grabbed his rod. Probably with his son yelling at him, "Get your rod, get your rod."
Hurry up, Dad, hurry up. There's a big one. Absolutely.
Look at this one.
Sometimes you do that. You'll throw a weightless bait at, so it just looks like
It's falling in the water.
It's falling in the water. The one hooked up and spit whatever it's.
Right. Right. That's
So he didn't eat it. So
great
there's
explanation.
there
So
you go.
Sean
There must have
Quinn-
been a big fish behind that.
Sean Quinn is saying Kerry's job today is just sit next to the live well and call fish.
We saw him catching, so that's not true. That is not true.
Jeff,
Yes.
the gentleman with the police shirt would like to speak with you.
Amazing.
The police are here for Jeff.
Perfect.
Somebody said police.
All right, so we have Moose coming back. I'll dip out, buddy. I'll dip out. I can use the washroom.
As we change up our guests here, thanks Jeff, so
The
much
only reason
for
why I'm kicking you out is because I need you to move your truck. They're going to move the trailer, take the road closure stuff.
Take care, Jeff.
I'll come back in a few minutes. Water and some
My toe. All right. Marky Mark. Thank you, buddy. Good times. Yeah, I thought he was coming to arrest me, and he says, "Is that Big Jim? Is that young Big Jim? Look at you. Just a baby."
That's like 50 years ago.
That's at Tinner you're telling me about.
Yeah,
right?
the one I was telling you about. And I had a motor now.
I didn't get a chance to listen to what you guys were talking about.
Oh, it has been
'cause
incredible. This has been so much fun.
Jeff's a beauty.
So much fun.
But from one beauty to a next, I'm not sure if the boys have given you the spiel, but I'm going to go through the spiel real quick before we get our next guest on here. For those of you watching, for those of you who are new to the stream, Welcome. This is the CISA Kingston Open, presented by Milwaukee. Downtown Kingston, we're here in Confederation Park. The boys have been out fishing for 2 days. 66 boats started on Saturday, Friday and Saturday, and here we are with the Top 20 Championship Sunday, and we're watching them do their thing, and we're hosting some interviews. We got some anglers that filled us in on their thoughts and views and what they saw out on the water. But I wanted to take a different perspective, a different view, a different outlook on things. We've interviewed a number of different vendors and people, but the gentleman sitting next to me needs no introduction.
Amen. Champ is here.
The champ is here. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Cody Kavanchek.
Woohoo! Yeah,
Good to be
baby.
here, man. Good
That's
to be
awesome. So, Cody, who are you? Other than, so here's the thing. His handle is the best fisherman in MMA,
Yes.
or the best looking fisherman in MMA?
Both.
here. Best fisherman in MMA.
Best fisherman.
I'll fight or fish to prove that.
There you go. There you go. Cody Kavanchek's in the studio with us. Cody, you look to the left of me and you look to the right of me. You got two legends.
Legends in the game. Up
Right?
Stop.
And
You mean him. You mean yourself, Moose.
oh,
Good
come
for
on.
you. Good for
Come on.
you.
Come
That's
on.
all right. Wear it. Wear it. You wear it well.
How does it feel to sit next to Big Jim McLaughlin and his big mitts? And I mean, he's got some fight
You were telling me
stories.
some scrapping stories earlier, so
With skates on, though. Better with skates on.
I wanna pick his fishing brain later. And just being up here with you guys, it's really cool to see how the pros do it in the fishing world. You know,
Dude, it's
kudos to you guys for putting this together too. What an event, you know.
Amen. Amen. To
thank you,
that.
sir. Thanks, sir. It's been a long time coming. We've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. You are quite the angler yourself. Why don't you start from the beginning? Like, MMA world, you are doing big things. You've got a giant fight coming up in 2 weeks, probably the most important fight of your life. And you were just on the water a couple of weeks ago. So where did you start? How do you balance the fishing world and the fight world?
It's the yin to the yang, you know. It's training can be chaotic, you know, and just getting out on the water is the balance to that. And with training, I train 4 or 5 hours every day, so I get time to get out on the water. You know, I can train or I can fish before I train, go out at sun up, and then come back in at 10 a.m. and we're ready to go. Get in the gym and then eat, sleep, do it again.
Speaking of eating, you're not eating right now, right? You're cutting weight.
Yeah, I'm eating really clean.
Eating really clean. I tried to give him a butter tart, and he's like, "Are you crazy?"
And Cody knows at the end of the day, like as much as the fight itself is such the pinnacle, the training, it's the before work that goes into the fight that really I admire, because training for football, I understand the work and time you have to put into it. I can't imagine having to do what you do, because it's a team sport. You're in that ring, that octagon by yourself.
But in the
all
gym
on
every day, we're training together.
That's awesome.
You know, in the gym, it's a team sport. When we got a lot of fighters at NTT. There's always somebody getting ready for a fight. You know, September's a crazy month for us in the gym, and I got 6 teammates getting ready for fights right now. So we always carry that energy together, and it feels like we're always getting ready for war together. You know, so it's easy to go in the gym and feel motivated. You know, we're all in it together. Yeah, we're in there on our own in the cage, but I got my corners there. But that's why I was drawn to it in the first place. You know, if I make a mistake, you know, it's on me. But my corners are there to help me.
Now you can
be
blame
the
it on
best.
someone else.
Why'd you tell me to do that? Hey, why'd you tell me to do that, man? No,
Cody,
it's,
we had the pleasure of watching you. Was it 2 months ago?
Yep.
Tell us about that fight. What did that mean to you, and where has that led you to?
So that was defending my bantamweight championship against a guy who had 10 more professional fights than I did. You know, the most experienced guy that I've ever fought. Fought some adversity in that fight. Had a bit of a tough weight cut, but we started dealing with it. You know, my coaches always tell me to get ready for adversity. It's going to happen. So when that adversity does come, it's not a big shock to you. And we fought through it. We had to make some adjustments up on the go in the fight, and we started finding our stride in that third, fourth, fifth round.
Right.
And we took the fight over after that. So it was it did a lot for me.
100%.
Through the mental battles or whatever of facing that adversity and just knowing that I didn't feel my best going into that fight, but knowing I can bring it back together and still perform and still take the W, feeling like that, it's done a lot for my confidence. Because one out of 8 times,
So humble.
1 out of 8 times I felt not quite all there, like physically, but we still got it done.
Now, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. You didn't make the weight.
I didn't make the weight.
Right.
I tried to cut too much water. And
so what happens in that case? You're not eliminated from the event.
I wasn't eliminated, but they do take a small amount of your purse. So they took 20% of my purse. They give it to the other fighter. And when we're saying missing weight, like I missed weight by 1 pound.
Oh,
and
geez.
I cut 13.8 pounds
In a day.
in about 6-7 hours.
I'd pass out.
That's unbelievable.
I'd pass out.
It's just it's
But
too
you
much,
know what?
right?
And
When
I'm
you
sure
learn that, and
I'm sure that plays a bit of a game in your head too. Like you go in, you go to weigh in, and all of a sudden you're off by 1 pound.
Yeah.
Does that mess with your mental game?
Yeah, it can if you let it. I think,
Gotcha.
right? Like if you let it get in your head, yeah, it could mess you up. But it's just reminding yourself, okay, the work you put in, it happened. It's
now-
a shitty thing that happened, but we're gonna fight through that. And
Fast forward,
Got a job to
you
handle.
win this fight,
yeah,
and now you're officially a part of the Contender Series.
Yep.
You got the contract with the UFC.
no, I haven't got the contract yet. So
Oh,
I got
okay.
the contract to fight on Dana White Contender Series. So that is Dana White's and the UFC show to bring in all the best prospects around the world, and we fight. It's like any other fight. It's not like we're living in the house or anything. We go in on Tuesday night, and you have a 3-round fight, 3 5-minute rounds. The winner sits up on stage after. Dana talks about it if he likes you, and he likes the way you fight, he signed you.
Oh,
And I know the way I fight, he's going to like me. When I win,
that's good.
he's going to sign me. You know,
love
I
it.
always
love
go
it.
out there.
That's confidence. Good
Yeah,
for you,
I like
buddy.
it.
I always go out there to put on a show. It's an entertainment sport. Oh, there's Coop.
Speaking of putting on shows,
Yeah, there's
another guy.
Coop.
Coop, you spent some time. Coop keeps
a beauty.
and you guys are going out on some fishing trips. You're making some plans.
Yeah, we got some big trips planned this fall.
I got a call a little bit earlier today. So Sean Quinn is in the camera boat right now,
Okay.
and he called me. He said, "Moose, Coop is a machine."
Yeah.
He says he doesn't move when Kerry hooks a fish. He does not panic and run to the net. He'll
fighting
look
this out.
around. He'll scope around. He'll look around. He'll toss his drop shot out, grab the net, and then go right back to
we've
the
seen
rod.
them, I think, with
and I didn't
2 double
realize.
headers.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously the fish being. Oh, he's got one on.
Yeah, he's got a good one on right now.
I love how he's looking down at the box. And the reason he's doing that, obviously, is looking for trailers or any other fish that might be down there
For sure.
for his dad to catch. But basically, Sean actually said in the chat here that Kerry's job basically is to sit by the live well and just call.
Oh man.
Scotty, you're not supposed to say that out loud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What a beautiful day out there. Remember yesterday, the waves, big jackets on, everything?
Yes.
They're out there in T-shirts.
This is the perfect way to end this event. Beautiful, beautiful calm waters, sunny skies.
No broken equipment.
No broken equipment.
yes,
no,
yes,
people
yes.
are starting to. The expo's starting to get going in the park. So again, if you're hearing this, seeing this, watching this, come on down to Kingston. We're in Confederation Park, down next to Confederation Basin.
And I can guarantee you this weigh-in is going to be extremely exciting.
Ooh,
Because it's anybody's,
Here we go.
it's anybody's
What we got?
tournament
I
right
love it. Thank you for zooming in, by the way, camera guy.
now. Amen.
Yeah, there's like 3 teams that get probably,
It'll-
maybe even 4.
Amen.
Is that going to the box or is that going to the water? It's going to the box. Dad, can you check this fish?
Yeah.
Here, wait, come net this one first.
Was it Matt yesterday that said, I envy Coop for having his dad here. He said, I couldn't afford to have my dad come with me as a caddy.
Robertson says to him, it's all good. I'll call you daddy or something like
Yeah,
that. You can call me
I
daddy.
love that yesterday.
I mean, no word of a lie. You see the dynamic between these two, and you wouldn't think father and son. They're the best of friends, and all 3 of them are like that. Colin, Tanner. I mean, I spent some time with them in an RV, and the 3 of them they fight like brothers for sure, and they pick on each other like brothers. But it's almost like there is no age between Carey and Cooper. They're just the same. Carey's a complete gem.
How old's Coop now?
I don't know. I think he just turned 16. Oh man!
I still remember the two of them at the Big Rito in the OBN thing, and they weren't old enough to drive or anything. The mom dropped them off at the hotel across across from my house. So we had them over to dinner a couple of nights and that, and they went out and they practiced. They fished on the shore at Rito Ferry for 8 hours.
Come on.
They fished on the shore all day. They just flogged all day. They never moved, eh?
That's awesome.
Yeah, dedication.
Oops.
Is that Bickle there we got on the screen?
It sure is.
We can hear them talking, you said? Yeah, it is. Brian Bickle and Josh.
Three-time Stanley
Three-time Stanley Cup winner.
That's a good point. Actually, so he's 2-time based on full games.
Yep.
Okay.
But he got called up his first year, and he played enough games, which I think is 15 you have to play, and he was eligible to get the ring. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so 3 rings.
Now, the unfortunate thing is we have not seen them bring a lot of fish to the deck.
Really?
Brian and Josh, no.
Oh, they got
Look at
balance
this.
beam out with Coop.
Wow, look at the smiles.
That's a close call,
You think
too.
Carey's having fun?
Oh, man. He loves it, eh? Loves it. Absolutely loves
Imagine
it.
watching your kid rise to that level.
Amen.
The feeling.
And as a father, I can say this because I had boys that played rep hockey. All the accomplishments that I received and did in football meant absolutely nothing. When you see your kid succeed in something that they're truly passionate about, there's no better trophy.
Double and triple checking.
I wonder if that one's going
They're
back.
probably arguing around. Dad, no, it was the other one, Dad.
Okay, that's a PB.
he's
He just
going
took
back.
back my PB.
Yeah. So it just goes
That's
to
twice today,
Twice now.
that looked like a
smokes.
5.5, at least 5 maybe.
Right.
Maybe a high 4. Wow. Good for you, bud. Good
This
for you.
is gonna be
He is a
exciting.
monster. He is a monster. Monster energy. And he rolls around with cases of them.
I know.
I'm like, dude, you got to take it easy with that stuff. Cases.
Oh, nice.
There it is.
There we go,
There
Brian.
you go.
Third. That was a third fish?
Okay, yep, fantastic.
Okay.
Because we haven't seen much.
And they still got a smile on their face and having a good time. Nobody's stressing out.
No.
Yeah, and Bickle's a big dude, too. So that fish was not small by any means.
Well, they're out there. They know they're gonna get a few bucks for sure.
Yeah.
Whatever they cover the expenses for the week, and that was always a lot of times.
Absolutely. So, Cody, we know you slay lake trout. We know you slay lake trout.
Oh, yeah?
But talk to us about, you should see this kid on lake trout. He's like a little Cooper. He's just a genius. I went up and met up with him. I don't know, where were we? Niagara some way?
Yep, just in Niagara there.
Yeah, within 3 minutes he had us on Lakers and then he's like, all right, you're good. I'll see you in a bit.
You could have timed it better, though. We were on them the day before. We jigged up like 30 of them, and then you hit me up and said you're coming down for your anniversary. So it worked out good, and Shannon got her PB.
Yeah.
You guys hammered them.
How big were they? The ones you get done?
The one was 18, 19.
Yeah, the biggest we had was 18, 19.
Nice.
Yeah, it was incredible to see.
It's fun fishing, too, jigging them like that, and just you got the live scope, right?
Are you fishing them below the boat, like right?
Yep, in about anywhere from 120 to 80 feet of water.
With the secret rig, which we will talk about in the future.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna
Oh
release
yeah,
that in the
secret rig. We're gonna release the secret rig in the future. But as far as bass fishing goes, where do you sit in the bass fishing world?
I fished these smaller, like largemouth tournaments.
Okay.
Only that's pretty much where I spent the last 3 or 4 years fishing those tournaments. And I'm getting live scope now for the boat, so I'll start putting some more time into smallmouth and getting into some of those tournaments. But yeah, I love bass fishing.
You know, everything changes once you get.
Oh, I know.
Right?
I know.
That's
If
big, Jim.
the batteries die, I'm going home. That's what I hear. So
Batteries die. Your neck will be sore.
I've never used it before, so until I was on your boat actually, and I used it all for about 10 seconds. And we got a lake trout on
No word
the
of a
boat.
lie. He says,
10
"Can I see your
seconds.
live scope?" I said, "Yeah, hop on the boat." Left his boat afloat, hopped on mine, and I said, "You see those things floating around right there? Oh, you see that one? Those are fish." He's going down. He's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "That one right there." instantly hooks a fish. She's like, sold, done. Where do I pay?
I'll take 2. Yeah.
Give me my money.
Take my money.
Take
One
my
for the
money.
front, and one for the back.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's Joey D and Joey T. So looks like they're in their right and left. That's their smaller size well.
2 fish in the box here.
No, they got 5, but on the ones on the
okay.
right-hand side, we noticed that they were calling out of that box before. But
Gotcha.
Big Jim, talk to us about your experiences back in the day. Any big fights on the water?
Every weekend.
Oh, buddy. 'Cause let's face it.
Nobody knew how to back a boat up yet, so there was arguments at the boat launch all the time.
You know, you hear it time and time again. People fighting at docks and at boat launches.
Oh, it was nonstop. Boat launches were the deal. Or somebody would be fishing in a bay somewhere, and somebody else would come in, and the words would start flying. Like, it was just a completely different thing than it is now. It was a little more of a hostile environment, might you say?
And it was. One thing that I talk about in terms of the industry back in the day when I first met Big Jim in the 90s, it was an old boys club. And you weren't welcomed in. Thankfully, I was able to meet Jim, and I was welcomed right away. But back then, it was an old boys club.
Oh, yeah?
Now, it's totally different. Totally different. It's a welcoming industry. The community has always got their arms out to
Well, I was always like that.
Yeah,
I never had a problem.
Yeah,
Somebody
100%.
wanted to come and fish behind me
Yeah.
or around me, I didn't give a care. Go down a weed line 30 yards and turn in front of me. Well, you weren't fishing there. Because I'd start the boat and I'd go right beside you. And
Yeah.
how far do you want to go?
There's etiquette rules, right? And-
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that should know better. But maybe you know what we do is we set up some sort of a fisherman's fight night where you call out your least favorite angler, and we give them big
You can settle
big
your
gloves
beefs on the water,
Yeah, we
right?
give them big
Too
gloves.
old for that stuff now.
Exactly.
Hey,
I'll buy
I
the
think
first
back in the
ticket to
day
watch.
too, right? Like it was like you were kind of allowed to fight a little bit. Nowadays, if something like that happens, everybody's getting charged, and there's problems coming up, right? Like,
It's a good point you bring up, Cody, because back in the day, and Jim can attest to this, that's how you settled stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
it happened.
We saw it on construction jobs.
Yeah,
if you
when
had
it
a
was done,
problem
it
with
was
someone,
done.
it was done. And actually, you could end up with a really good friend, surprisingly
yeah,
enough, after it was all
I've had
settled.
that happen before
Right?
too. Yeah,
here we go.
Yep.
Another
but
boat in the
nowadays
box.
everybody's got their phone out. and-
Absolutely. Yeah, it becomes a
No
spectacle.
more days of the old phantom overhand left. Put your right hand out here and they look at it, and that's all.
Oh, that signature move.
I did that in hockey a couple of times.
So, Cody,
here.
as exciting as it is to be fighting and the opportunity to fight this fight that's coming up, tell us about the call. You had the call. This has been the pinnacle. This is what you have been striving for.
Yeah, for the last 10 years. And
Tell us-
before that, like thinking about being in the UFC when I was a young kid, and watching it. That's the cool thing about the new generation too in the sport. Like the UFC is only 30 years old, so it's the fastest growing sport still, and it's still gonna grow a lot. But now you got guys watching it when they're little kids. I was watching it when I was a little kid, and I always wanted to do that, But yeah, getting that call after the last fight, we went to Miramichi. I actually went up there and did like a little celebratory fish. And we were just about to have this big lobster dinner. I was there with my girlfriend and some friends. And my manager called me up and he said, "Hey, I got bad news and I got good news. Which one do you want?" And I was already like, "Come on, man. Like, really, they're going to do it again?" Like, because I was told I was going to get on the year before. And I thought he was messing with me. But he said the bad news, or what do you want first? I said, "Give me the bad news." Like, I was already in that mindset, right? And he's like, "You're fighting on a Tuesday night." So right off the hop, I was so stoked. It's the only show in the world that you fight on a Tuesday. So I knew
night.
exactly what he was talking about. And yeah, just to get that call for Contender Series, it was huge. I've been waiting for that call for a long time. So we're going to go out there and we're going to represent.
Right on.
Now,
Canada, represent our
you know
area.
who you're fighting.
Yep.
You've already done your study.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what blows my mind is you hire people and they break down the fighter and give you every scenario, and then you sit there and you study that.
You can do that. This is a new thing that we've done. We haven't never done this before. Normally, we would come up with our own game plan and we study the game. And I have 3 coaches that are very smart in the game, and our other teammates, we talk with each other too to see, because everybody has a different outlook too, right? But now we've brought in this analyst guy. He's done an in-depth breakdown on this guy's habits, what he likes to do, and then we can kind of go back and see what we already seen, and the things that kind of cross over, they really stand out, right? So okay, we're on the right track. We're looking for the right things. So, and that's pretty cool to be able to do that.
So when is the fight night?
It's September 16th.
September 16th.
The Tuesday night. You guys can watch it on ESPN Plus, Sportsnet Plus, and UFC Fight Pass.
Nice.
I appreciate all the support. I'm going out there to represent my country, represent the local MMA scene or the regional MMA scene, represent all our fishermen and women out there. I'm a big outdoorsman, and I want to represent the community.
Please stand if you can. Oh, can I?
Absolutely. And you're fighting out of Niagara?
Yep, fighting out of Niagara top team. Originally from Lambton County, Petrolia, been in Niagara for the last 6 years.
That's phenomenal.
2 great fisheries. Like I was telling you before I got spoiled, I grew up on the St. Clair River fishing there. I moved to Niagara. Great fishery there too, as you know.
Absolutely.
And met my girlfriend Danielle.
Have you done this before? Look at this. So he's fizzing a fish. He's counting the scales. He's in. He's up.
I've never
back
done
into
that,
the
but
water.
I've been wanting to see how it's done.
Are the bubbles coming?
So as Mark pointed out, it's the plunger that he's putting in just to open up the hole.
Yep.
But the landmarking, there was I forget what angler it was, but he did 3 in a row, and it was like so detailed. The camera was right there.
So how deep would they need to fizz a bass?
Look at this.
Oh, there we
As
go.
soon as you hear the air, you'll hear it pop.
You'll hear it pop.
Yeah.
You hear it go. Psst.
But what depth of water are they pulling these fish out of, you think?
Good question.
To be doing that.
You should be doing it at, anything that starts in the high teens.
Okay.
That's where it actually starts. It has a lesser effect because the atmosphere is 29 feet. And I got all this from Bruce Tufts, Dr. Bruce Tufts from Queens, who did all the catch and release work and everything. And I said to him, geez, we don't have to do it. We're out here fishing. And he says, yeah. He said, it can start. I think he told me it can start as early as 12 feet.
Wow.
Depending how fast that they come up. And the one thing, I mentioned, I have guys say to me, I just let them swim around for a while. Well, you can let them swim around until next Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's not going to change. You know what I mean? Bringing them up slow does not do anything for that. Not at all.
They have to be fizzed.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I have a mid-morning report from Sean Quinn.
All right.
Mid-morning report from camera boat number 1. Watching Cooper and Carey fish is hard. It's hard on my self-esteem as an angler. So much so that I bought some pickleball rackets from Amazon to find something else.
What an aggravating sound. I don't like Sean Quinn anymore.
I wish they had a camera on that boat. That guy is listen, he's a gem of a human being. He's absolutely hilarious. But the stuff he comes up with sometimes kills me. We actually just seen Brian Bickle put his 4th in the boat.
That's awesome.
Nice.
We know he's got 4 in there now. I think that's a Bass Mafia hat. Is that what that is? Or Mega Bass hat? That could be Nick
Yeah,
Kuzovis.
Mega Bass, I think.
That's Nick
Boy, there's a
Kuzovis.
guy that could come in with 30 pounds like falling off a log, eh?
Right?
Jeez.
He's a big fish guy. Oh,
I think we're calling
And he knows this water, too.
100%.
Because I bump into him in Gananoque
and he guides out here.
the early season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he's double checking to see. That's a smaller one there. Oh, no, that wasn't him, was it? Maybe it was.
No, I think that's Aiden. It's
Yeah.
Aiden and Lewin.
Yeah, so it's not Nick. Did Nick make the cut?
Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's see. I didn't even realize we have the list here. I just assumed he did. Yeah, it could be. These bees are all over. I've been stung twice now.
Have you really?
Yeah, I have. My shin is on
Coop
fire.
hooked up again. Here we
So
go.
is my knee. Oh, Coop.
What do you guys think the most productive bait over the last 3 days? If you were to pick one bait.
Yeah,
Has
let's
been
go.
for these
Let's go
guys.
down the line. Let's start that off with Big Jim.
I'm thinking it's probably going to be some kind of a drop shot for sure, what they're doing, the depth they're fishing.
I heard they're running some dice.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Really?
sure.
Eh?
That would be my answer. Just based on the creature baits that I saw hanging out of the boat at the launch this morning, there's some stuff there I've never actually seen before. So.
I have never used them before. I got a pack, but
Who was
I
it?
haven't
Was
put
there?
them in the water yet.
Was it Mark that told the joke about the dice? Did he tell that joke on live or at the hotel?
It may have been at the hotel.
Or was it Jeff? Says, you know that there was a sale on dice. I don't know. I'll butcher the joke. I'll have to ask Jeff again.
Oh, it was about iCast.
That's it.
Yeah, it was Jim.
Oh, it was
Jim.
me.
Oh, it was you. It was on the live.
Yeah,
that
it
was a great joke.
Yeah, it was a picture of it was like a week after ICAST, and there's a bass, and he's swimming along, and he's got the cloud over his head, and he's saying, geez, ICAST must have been last week, and he's swimming through about 5,000 dice, all hanging on jig heads and everything like a
I love that. That's such a,
yeah.
So you can see here, he counts over the scales. It goes in. You hear the fizz go, and
So he's counting from a fin. He's counting the scales back.
yeah.
To hit a certain spot. Wow.
Oh man. So we're getting footage from a lot of these guys. How's Charles doing? Is he Charles Sims
We've
sitting
seen
in
a couple fish run in.
18th
Yep.
right now? If he's got a full, so he's got some of these guys have some big moves they got to make, right?
Yeah.
Like, is it going to be a tough one? Is it going to be tough to get up there, you know, in the top? So let's say the top 5.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I was looking at the standings last night, and 23 pounds a day would have got you 20th place.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Right,
What a
over
fishery we're on
50
here.
bags, 50 bags over 20 pounds on day one, and it just continued to grow, and here we are. Chris and Corey Johnson, 56 pounds, 39. Brian Bickle and Josh, 45-18. And coming back to the stage, you want to take over? All right, I'm going to step out for a quick hot minute. Coming back to the stage is the one and only Jeff Atchison.
Oh, you got the last name right.
Yeah. What did she pronounce? How did she pronounce it on day one?
I don't know, buddy. I get extra N's and Atkinson. I don't know.
He's on the Atkins diet.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I really don't care. You call me anything but late for dinner.
Yo, okay. Guys, I'm going to step away, and I'm going to find you a few more new faces. We are going to continue to do this for another, what time is it right now? Another 15 minutes. We're going to take a 1-hour break and end up watching a whole lot of fishing. So we're going to bring you all the interviews from this morning and yesterday in the morning at the boat launch with Ron on the Run. And we'll be heading back to the live at about 12 o'clock. So enjoy the last 15 minutes. This is the CISA Kingston Open, presented by Milwaukee, Yeti BKK, Tourism Kingston, Livingston, John Deere, BR2 Printing and Design. I'm out.
Well done, Moose. We've had a heck of a weekend, and I'll tell you, a testament to the kind of gentleman that he is, the work that he's put into this, his passion continues to emulate, and unfortunately it's contagious to all of us, and that's what's brought us all together to this great event. And
The man, the myth, the legend
it
himself.
truly is, absolutely, 100%.
Looks like the young lads are doing a bit of a drift there.
Yeah, not too much wind though, eh?
No,
I will say this is the first time I think we've seen two boats that close together.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's the media. Okay, thanks.
back off.
Now, Jeff, as an angler in this kind of situation, you know, all kidding aside, if a media boat does come up, I mean, I'm sure you appreciate the fact that they keep their distance, but have you ever had to tell a media boat, you know what,
No,
getting too close?
no. You know, a lot of times, like when they will come in on you, they'll ask you. You know, what are you fishing? Where do you want us to be? Just in order to not cause issues.
Right.
You know, because obviously any extra noise sometimes can cause some problems. Or, you know, maybe you're fishing a ledge and you're going to go up 100 feet and you're going to turn around and come back. So, you know, if you guys can stay back behind me 50 feet, that'd be great.
Nice.
You know, and obviously they're more than happy to oblige that. And
Awesome stuff. Cody, I got to ask you, with the competitive spirit that you have, does this get the competitiveness going?
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
see this
100%.
stuff? Yeah.
I want to ask these guys what's their mindset. You know, in combat sports, mindset's huge.
Yeah.
And I want to see what their mindset's going into this. Like, I'm sure it changes with every fisherman, but
Do you see yourself doing this maybe when there's an afterlife after?
Once I'm in the UFC and further along the line, I got myself a nice boat and everything, you know, some bonus money.
And that's the
I'd
thing.
love to do it,
I mean,
you know?
the sacrifice too. It's one thing to be in the MMA and doing martial arts and fighting like you are, but you know, there is life after that. And unfortunately, you know, at that point, hopefully you've accumulated enough money and you've been successful so that you can do stuff like this. But if you're not, like, that is a huge sacrifice, and to move on after, it's tough. I'm sure a lot of fighters do have an issue. There's a bit of a hill or a gap between the end of fighting to their afterlife.
Yeah, for sure. You see it all the time, right, with guys in the UFC, and they know it's kind of the end of their career, but they don't want to quite leave yet. But you almost want to see them hang it up. But
I think it's like that in every sport, right? Every professional sport, right? And you do see the guys who you know, get lucky and maybe start a clothing line or something like that to kind of, you know, make ends meet when the time does come.
yeah.
Jim, what filled the gap after you were done competitive fishing?
Fishing.
Making the best damn fluff you can.
There you go.
There you go, right?
I like that. No, you know, like that's why I started just fishing. I only fished tournaments for 10 years. I won 29 times in the 10 years.
That's a hell of a record.
So 3 a year.
Did you fish against other people, or?
I remember when in tournaments where I didn't get a bite. The only boat, so I had to win.
10 years, 29 wins. That's a hell of a record.
Yeah. We've been. I was blessed in it. Eh? We figured things out early. I figured out the biggest thing was being thorough. As you know, with what you do, you got to be thorough. You know, you mentioned about your diet and everything. You can't just have a hard head and be a good fighter. You have to do all the other stuff that goes with it. And I learned that about. Yeah, I learned that in fishing very, very early. I was usually the first one at the boat launch. And I'll tell you a funny thing up in Midland once just came to my mind. I pull in, it's dark. I drive around, I take everything off the boat, and I see another boat coming in. So I thought, it's a little skinny little launch. I'll just launch the boat, and I'll jump in with them and go jump in, eh? And so I back the boat down. There it goes. It drifts off out into the open, eh? The Georgian Bay. Next stop, Sarnia or something. Yep. And I'm out there, and I go up and I park the boat and truck, get the first spot so I can back right down. When I get back, and I look up, and the guys in that boat left. They turned around the parking lot, and went back out.
Wow.
So I sat there. I was just about to, and a guy called Larry Allard, who used to fish out of Massachusetts, came in, and he said that was the first day I ever had a ride in a bass cat.
Yeah.
He drove me around for a half an hour.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was. I mean, this like 40 years ago, 35 years ago, and it was like. I mean, there was like 3 foot waves out in the bay, 2.5 foot maybe.
Yep.
And he just blew over the top of them.
Yeah, I run a bass cat. I absolutely love it.
And it would be way better now.
Of course, absolutely. Yeah, technology,
work,
right?
Yep.
Absolutely. Looks like Coop just landed another one there.
Like Sean said, he's a machine. Robert G. Jim says, not sure if you're seeing the feed. Just want to say hi. You and Rocky were truly mentors when I started. Love you, buddy.
That's awesome. He's a great guy. You want to see him play drums? Whoa. He's a wizard. He's a wizard.
Christopher Manso, I like your comment. The other day, one of the panelists was wondering what company way back originated that rubber silicone strands threaded through plastic. It was Tight Lines UV.
Yep, I do remember when that first came out. I do. Yeah, I had a bag of them. I believe it was a craw style bait that I had for largemouth.
Yeah, the first one ever was Dan Gapin, the ugly bug.
Okay.
That was a thing out of Minnesota or Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. It was a funny little, what they called it, a fulcrum head. It was just flat, sort of. It sort of swam. It was funny. It would wobble a little bit. And he had a little worm on it about maybe 2.5 inches long, 2 inches.
Right.
And he had about 10 pieces of rubber through it.
Yeah. I got to ask, tubes. Anybody throwing tubes?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I think that is that is a bait that will never die.
Yeah.
It just works. Mm-hmm. You know, it's the same as the Carolina rig.
Yes.
You know, it's just it's not so much a bait, but it's just a style that's just it just works.
We saw it, the Texas rig, Carolina rig when they first came out, and of course it seemed exclusively used for bass. But I've had a lot of success with the Texas rig just for walleye.
Sure,
surprisingly
sure.
enough. But
Actually, on Quinny, I've caught lots of big walleye Texas rig.
there you go.
Yeah,
Really,
lots
eh?
of walleye Texas rig.
There you go.
Yeah,
Really,
lots
eh?
of them. Okay.
Well, there it
yeah.
is, the ugly bug.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can't remember the gentleman's name that I met actually that was working with UV tight lines that gave me a few of those bags.
Oh,
years ago.
Dale.
Down in Johnstown area.
Yeah.
You see that. You see his face everywhere over on the on the American side with the elites and stuff. He eats, sleeps, and breathes fishing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I forget the name of the place he works in Brockville, but there was a period when fluff started becoming big. I used to stop there once a week with the box in the back, and they'd go in and pillage it.
Yeah.
They were just catching so many fish with fluff, eh?
I don't blame him.
There's
I
a
don't
good fish
blame him.
there.
I was going to say, yeah, that's got some chunk to it. That's Scotty size.
Looks like a 5-pounder, eh? 4 or 5-pounder.
It's a good one.
Won't show us the scale though, eh?
But look at it, like it's the way it's dangling, like that's from his knee to his hip.
Yeah.
It's a big fish.
Yeah, that's a chunky fish. That's a football.
Another big fish. Look at all these fish being.
They're so fat here, so fat. What's unbelievable about smallmouth is when you go to different fisheries. Jim, you'd be a testament to knowing this for sure. But Dog and Cranberry or Big Rito, just the way that smallmouth are built there in comparison to Lake Ontario and the St. Lawrence River, they just adapt to their surroundings and grow differently. Those pelagic or bait chasing smallmouth seem to be longer fish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the fish out here in the river are more compact football looking fish.
Mm-hmm.
Just sheer power.
You get that at the Niagara River as well.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Actually.
I can't.
They're all stocky.
They look like they got basketball pumps and they've all pumped
Yeah.
them up to like 20.
It's the current base, right? I mean, if you're just moseying around in the lake, sitting on the couch, so to speak, as of 24 hours a day, working against that current.
100%.
Right.
You feel it with other fish too, like the salmon when they come running up the river.
For sure.
They're way stronger in that current than
For sure.
if you're catching them out of, like say Port Hope or something where they're just coming in and out the lake.
Yep.
Something I noticed many, many years ago, too, was fishing a lot of walleye in Quinte and fishing a lot of walleye in the Rito River. You catch a 30-inch walleye in the Rito River, it'll weigh 11 pounds. You catch a 30-inch walleye in Quinte, it'll be 9.5.
Yep.
There's a difference there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
the walleye fishing out here is also absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. There's giant walleye out here.
Yeah, I think we were talking about it sort of either last night or the night before as a sport fishery. You've got trophy muskie out here.
Oh,
You've got salmon not too far away, lake trout, obviously smallies and largemouth.
Yep.
This is a remarkable fishery. Unfortunately, we're only highlighting the bass fishery this weekend.
Cooper's hooked up again. I think it's a good one.
the lake trout fishing here is phenomenal.
Yeah. And the salmon, obviously. I mean, the fish just in general. I mean, if there was somebody chasing trophy gobies, you get them out here.
That's a good point.
Next year, pro goby.
I wonder how many gobies you catch in a day.
Jeff said it first.
Yeah.
There we go. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Getting a little breezier out there now.
It is,
Just a touch, yeah.
Now, Jeff, I don't know how to ask this question because I don't want to rethink what happened yesterday as the result. But seeing the number of fish that are being caught right now, this has got to burn. This has got to itch.
Yeah, I mean, talking to Chris and Corey yesterday and the day before, I mean, they're only catching maybe a dozen fish a day. So there is sometimes something to say about, sometimes quality isn't quantity.
Gotcha.
Right? Sometimes you'll get 5 or 6 bites a day, maybe 7 bites, but there's 7 good ones.
Yes. Yeah.
As opposed to maybe 30 fish with 4 good ones, and you end up bringing a bag killing 2.5 pounder in.
And also, when they get in a tournament like this, too, they're going to fish places that are conducive to only big fish,
Yes. Yeah.
We've only got 3 fish here ever, but there was 2 5.5s and a 6.5.
That's right. Yeah.
So we'll go spend half an hour there. And
Yeah.
A lot of the guys were saying it's been more of an afternoon bite too
Yes.
the last couple of days, and it seems to be like something's turning on right
You would
now.
attest to that, right, Jeff? After
Yeah, for us, absolutely. Yeah, for us, it was a late morning at best.
I think that's standard though with fishing, with bass fishing. It always seems to be
I've had a couple times,
load them up early.
Yeah, and I've always kind of, said to myself, oh man, I wish, because you hear all these guys, oh yeah, we had our bag by 8:30.
Oh, I've done that.
25 pounds by 8:30. Well, I haven't been. I always have to work for mine.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I remember Rocky and I, when we used to fish all the milfoil, we had days where literally at 2 o'clock we had nothing in the boat, and we'd win.
Yep.
You'd come upon a patch of milfoil and you'd just cross, go into the live well with 4.5 pounders.
See, Rice Lake was like that for a long time. I know a lot of really good sticks on Rice Lake, and some guys will camp on a spot all day long. It might be 11 o'clock when they bite. It might be 2. And it's just a flurry like we're seeing. Some guys get into, but it's a flurry of the right ones. But that's the only bites they get.
I see Brian and Josh. They're covering a lot of water, whereas Coop, it seems like he's set on a certain area. I haven't seen Coop move too much. Does that play in, Jim? Obviously, in the years that you've fished, when you see someone hauling in fish on a spot and you're not as successful moving around, is that how you counteract the mental aspect? That
you can see, Coop's out in the big water.
Yeah.
It looks like Brian's in a river.
Yeah.
I think anyway, just by looking at it, because you can see land all around him and that. So I think he's just doing what they did the first morning. Now they're just moving along, just seeing what they can scrounge up. Right. They're not having a stellar day again. I mean, after the last couple of days they've had, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, when you're out in the big water, you can move quite a bit of distance, and it looks like you went nowhere.
Yeah, true enough.
Like we were talking about earlier, with these bays are 4 and 5 miles deep and 4 and 5 miles wide. So when you're just moseying around on the trolling motor, on any other body of water, you would have went from one side to the other.
Yeah.
But out here, you haven't even scratched the surface.
I remember over in Lake Erie a couple of times, not even realizing with the current.
Yeah. Yep.
You've drifted a half a mile by the time you get to fish in the boat. You weigh it, and and I didn't fish there hardly like 3 or 4 times, I guess.
Yep.
But oh my Lord,
Same as Lake St. Francis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just all moving. The whole thing's moving.
You land one fish, sit down and deal with it, and you're 3 miles down the river. You get up and look at your graph. Oh man.
So as I said, we're going to wrap things up. I'd like to say that Milwaukee, Livingston Lures, City of Kingston, BKK Yeti, and of course BR2 and John Deere have certainly got their money's worth based on the coverage that we've had so far. Aurora Productions have done a fantastic job bringing this all to you and, of course, us. We have been spectators just like you folks have. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast up until now. The exciting time starts at the weigh-in, which is, of course, at 3 o'clock. And just before we wrap up, here it is 11 o'clock. You have a few hours left. If you have maybe 1 or 2 fish in the live well, are you flipping the script? Are you just looking for more structure? What do you do at this stage?
Again, it depends on feeling at that exact moment. What's around me? What's happening? Have I seen fish move in? Mm-hmm. Have they vacated for the last 45 minutes? I haven't seen nothing. If that was the case, panic mode does set in, absolutely, and you're going to make some big moves. But again, live scope is key for that, because you get that live view, you see what's happening. Yeah. But I do want to say, if you're looking for something to do, come on down with these vendors. We got vendors here. I got Lemore's Outdoor actually gave me a sunshade here for a live for your screen for live scope purposes and stuff. It's well made, blocks the sun. Out here I find not so much sun, but when you're splashing through the waves as you're searching stuff around, unbelievable. Just stops the water droplets to getting on your screen.
Great idea.
Massive improvements.
Awesome stuff. It's awesome to see the technology advances that are going on. It seems every day something new comes out. Jim, of course, what you bring to the table, what you bring to our community, the industry, and everybody else. Truly, we can't thank you enough as a mentor and a pioneer that has basically laid the framework to what we are witness and have had the honor and luxury of being a part of today. Cody, you've got an upcoming fight, dude. I know as exciting and as much as you're enjoying this, I know you've got that in the back of your head and you're looking forward to that. So we look forward to you and wish you good luck.
Thanks, brother.
Do it,
Thanks
man.
for having me on, and it's been
We're
awesome
going to be cheering for you, buddy. We're going to be cheering for you.
Way to
Thanks so much.
represent.
Yep, absolutely.
I heard he's going to spar with you behind the
I
scenes
hope
here.
not. I sure as heck hope not.
He's going to teach all three of us a lesson out back.
He's going to show me how out of shape I am. That's what he's going to show me. So to BR2, Printing, John Deere, Livingston Lures, and, of course, Milwaukee, Eating Wild, City of Kingston, BKK, and Yeti. Thank you so much for your support. It's because of this, and I hope, as I said, you guys have got your money's worth because we've certainly done a great job. And to Aurora Productions, who are in the background doing all the work and making sure that this all looks great and we all look beautiful. Thanks to
Absolutely
you
seamless.
as well. But the weigh-in starts at 3 o'clock. We'll see you down here at Confederation Park. As Jeff mentioned, there are vendors down here. So if you're looking for some of these fuzzy dice or any other kind of creature baits or interesting new attachments and accessories to what you have in your boat, it's all here on display and ready to be bought. We'll see you down here at 3. Looking forward to it because it's going to be really interesting.
Come see the Dirty 30.
Amen, brother.
Let's
all
go.
the best.
50 G's, baby.
Peace.